What's up, guys? What's going on? Frank Daniels here. Today I am talking binge eating, and I'm going to give you 8 big tips on how you can avoid overeating, binge eating, and screwing up all your fitness goals. First off, I want to give a shout out to my boy Muhammad, who came on my YouTube channel and asked the question, can you make a video about binge eating, overeating, and how to avoid those things? So Muhammad, you ask, you shall receive. Before I get into that, guys, I have a free report. It's called 7 Steps to Shredded. Okay, if you're interested in getting jacked and getting lean, download that free report by clicking the first link in the subscription down below, or at the end of this video, you'll see a pop-up button around here where you can grab that free report. Now, first off, when it comes to binge eating, the #1 tip is going to be have a short memory. Because the one thing that you want to understand about binge eating or overeating is that literally everybody on the planet does it. Even your favorite Instagram model or fitness person you see binge eats or overeats from time to time. One, because food was put here for us to enjoy, and we all enjoy it, right? And 2, because you're human. Sometimes you make mistakes. Sometimes you want a certain thing, and a lot of the stuff you do might fly in the face of that. But again, that's being human. Stuff happens. So if you do overeat, you do get caught up binge eating, the last thing you want to do is kick yourself in the ass the whole time, right? Because these are the things that lead to a downward spiral. So just understand that binge eating happens to everybody, even the top level fitness professionals. And the only thing you got to do is dust your shoulders off and get yourself right back on track. #2, eat high protein. So not only is protein the muscle macronutrient, and if you understand a little bit about metabolism, you understand that muscle is very important for increasing your metabolism. So you burn more body fat and your body becomes more shapely. All good things, right? Well, protein is the most satiating macronutrient. Satiating means what? Well, it means you're going to be more full. Okay, so if you're more full, you're going to have more muscle, higher metabolism, and probably eat less. So make sure you have or you're eating a high protein diet. #3, high fiber. So fiber is excellent for gut health, right? Helps clean your gut as you eat more fiber. And fiber is typically found in things like fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and it does a whole bunch of good stuff. But another one of the things that it does is help you stay fuller. So diets that are high in fiber, as well as protein, typically end up helping people get in better shape as well as keeping them fuller longer. So you do want to watch out, because there's a point where you can actually have too much fiber. It's really not relevant to most people, but you could go overboard. So somewhere between minimum 25 to 30 grams, 25 on the low end for women, 30 grams on the low end for men. That's the minimum. Okay, and then getting at the top end, somewhere between 60 to 70 grams for women on the low end, men on the high end would potentially be too much fiber. But again, most people aren't even eating enough. So you want to make sure you're getting enough fiber to make you healthier and help you stay full. #4, portion it out. So the food that you eat, and especially if it's going to be something that you know you shouldn't be eating, okay, this is not illegal in terms of your fitness, but if you know it's something you shouldn't be eating, portion it out before you bring it to the table with you, before you bring it in front of the TV or whatever it is that you might do, right? So you certainly are allowed through flexible dieting. Okay, if you're eating most of the good stuff most of the time, you can have stuff that would be considered maybe not so good, right? But if you're gonna have that stuff, and you're overeating in that area or any area in general, portion these things out before you get to the dinner table or wherever you're eating, and put the food away. Put it back in the cupboards, and make sure it kind of stays out of sight. Okay, get it out of your reach, but portion it out first and make sure the portions are appropriate to what you should be eating. #5, slow down and practice mindful eating. So what I mean by that is most people are rushing through their meals and through the food that they told themselves they were enjoying in the first place. So you'll probably find a lot of times that you're eating, you're not even paying attention to the food in front of you. So you're watching TV, you're surfing the internet, you are talking to friends, maybe you're out at dinner. You're not really taking the time to enjoy the food that we all love in the first place. And what you'll find is if you slow down, you're gonna have a better experience of the food that you enjoy in the first place, and you're probably gonna get in touch with your hunger cues or exactly when you're full or when you're not, right? So if you're full and you're not paying attention, you may not notice it. And a lot of times people are just rushing through the stuff and not paying attention. So slow down, enjoy your food, and you'll probably find that you're gonna eat less over the course of that time. Number 6, drink a lot of water. And maybe more specifically, drink a big glass of water or 2 before you sit down to have a meal. Okay, so water will fill up your stomach and usually give your body an indication that you're a little bit more full than you actually are. So if you're struggling with overeating, specifically at meals, okay, or maybe more specifically at nighttime, then having a big glass of water or 2 before you sit down to have a meal is gonna trick your body into thinking that it's more full than it really is, and you're probably gonna eat less. Number 7, get it out of the house. Okay, it's a superstar tip for you. If you're at home, usually when you're gonna overeat is at home, right? The stuff that's in your house is generally gonna be the stuff that you're gonna eat. So if you know you have foods that trigger you, right, that cause you to just eat and eat and eat, get that stuff out of the house, okay? If it's out of sight, it'll be out of mind. You won't think about it and you won't get to it. If it's more difficult for you to get out and get, okay, it's not directly within your reach, you're gonna be much better off. So many times I've found myself, even with quote unquote health foods, like nut butters, so they're not unhealthy, right? But if you eat 3,000 calories of nut butter, it's probably gonna be unhealthy. So had to get rid of it. That's just an example for me. I'm sure you have many examples, but if it ain't in your house, it's not in your direct vicinity, chances are you're probably not gonna have it. So get it out of the house. Number 8, get busy. Do something with yourself. Now, what I'll consistently find is that when I'm most hungry or most thinking about food are the times when I'm less busy. So I'm a gym owner, okay, business owner, entrepreneur, so I spend a lot of busy time specifically during the week. But on the weekends when things slow down, that's when I tend to think about food more often. During the week when I'm that busy, I almost never think about that. And nearly all of my clients will say everything is good until they get to the weekend. Why do you think that is? It's because we just have too much time on our hands. So if we get busy, okay, we take some action, we do more than maybe just sit around and think about food, right? Okay, we come up with a hobby, something to do, some way to stay active. Physical activity never hurts, but do something. Get yourself busy. Find a project, find a hobby, get yourself outdoors, do something that's gonna take your mind off food, because really that's the whole game, right? That's the whole trick is, we try to fill boredom with food, and it's really not working if you've got some specific fitness goals, right? So get busy, find something to do, and don't get caught up with this idea that you need to fill the empty space that you might have with food, okay? Do something productive. And of course, I've got a bonus tip for you. And that bonus tip is to make sure that your goals are set in stone and that you are very much in tune with what your why is, okay? And why you want to accomplish a certain fitness goal. Because to be quite honest with you, everybody's talking about it, but a lot of people will struggle to actually make it happen when push comes to shove. And one of the reasons is because it's challenging. So as with anything in life that's worth having, you're gonna run into your challenges, you're gonna run into your roadblocks, you're gonna run into times where it feels like it's not working. So if you're not firm with what your goals are, and more importantly, why you're doing this stuff in the first place, chances are you're gonna fall off the wagon and maybe not get back on, right? So when you meet those roadblocks, you wanna make sure you know exactly why you started in the first place, and that's what it's all about. If you need more help with that, I'll place a video down below that I made about turning your goals into a mission. Okay, and you don't just want to have, just bland, everyday average fitness goals. You want to have a mission, because that's what it's going to take to be able to get up every day and turn your vision into a reality. I'll place that video down below. Once again, shout out to my boy Muhammad, who gave me the idea for this video. Muhammad, you are appreciated. Guys, if you really enjoyed this video, head down below, leave a comment, tell me exactly what you want to see in the next video. And of course, make sure you subscribe to this channel, all right? I've got 7 Steps to Shred It. It's a free report. Download that by clicking this button here. My name is Frank Daniels, guys. Enjoy your day.